Ciao. Hi. How are you? How are all my lovelies? How is everybody feeling? So, wow, what an amazing time to be alive. Is everybody feeling all of the feels? Are you feeling everything? Because I'm feeling everything and also nothing at once. This very interesting energy of Gemini, which is kind of like floaty and a little aloof. I mean, Gemini is what rules Mercury, the planet of communication, which is retrograding right now. So what we're focusing on is, okay, like past communications, past relationships, past situations where maybe we walked away, maybe we didn't complete things properly, maybe we're coming to grips with ourselves about things that we have let play out too long, like repeating patterns, right? Like maybe we're realizing like maybe we're realizing all of the shitty people that we've dated in the past, but also we're realizing like the good qualities or aspects of these things as well, right? So like both are very important, and in order for us to move forward, we have to be cognitively aware of both, right? The yin and the yang, okay? So I'm not going to talk too much about retrograding this time. I'm here to speak on this amazing solar eclipse that's happening in Cancer and the summer solstice. So I tried to dig on that last time and it was not in the cards, literally and physically. Yeah, just speaking on the retrogrades was in the cards. So this time I'd like to actually really speak about this new moon, this solar eclipse, and this this new beginning that we're manifesting here in Cancer season, right? We're entering Cancer season, amazing. So if you are new to the channel, welcome, thank you for being here. If you are returning sub, welcome back, thank you for being here. If you guys are wondering why I'm wearing this aqua tard, so for the first time that I've been out here in Southeast Asia, I actually sent my laundry to be done. I haven't let anybody else do my laundry since, I don't even know, actually. I don't ever remember since maybe like my mother or my grandmother when I was a really small child, like doing my laundry for me. So I realized, okay, it's time to kind of like delegate some of the responsibilities so we can focus on things that require more of our time or attention. So I sent my laundry away, and I thought it was going to be back in like a day, like 24 hours. And apparently the people that came to pick it up only come here like every 2 or 3 days, like to the little city that I'm in, even though they're only like a 10-minute, 12-minute like distance away. So anyways, when something seems too good to be true, it might be, I guess, is the moral of my story, right? I was like, wow, like I don't have to walk to the end of the gangway, like I don't have to go up the stairs and walk to the end of the gangway and like carry my laundry across the street to have them do it. Like, wow, she'll actually come and pick it up, like come to my door, pick it up, take it away, and come back. And I'm like, wow, that's freaking amazing, right? Like, okay, why? But okay, no, right? For every like, it's like $1 or like €1 for every 2 kilos, right? Like, and a kilo is like 2.2 pounds, right? So I'm just like, wow, okay, so for like $3, someone will come and pick up my laundry and fold it and clean it and dry it and iron it and bring it back to me. Wow, I should just do this. I don't know why I haven't done it. And then, you know, a day and a half goes by and I'm like, okay, when am I gonna get the clothes back? And they're like, oh, not until the day after tomorrow. That's kind of the energy of, what's going on right now. That's just kind of the energy, right? Like people maybe coming back from the past, like past situations, relationships, like family things, like all these things are kind of like coming back, right? Why are they coming back? Well, we have 5 planets in retrograde. I know I said I'm not going to talk a lot about retrograde. I'm talking about the summer solstice and the solar eclipse. So this solar eclipse that is happening, right? We're going to have this new moon in Cancer, and this solar eclipse that's happening is like the ring of fire, right? What is the ring of fire about? The ring of fire is about kind of like my halo behind me here, right? It's like an enclosed circle, right? It's like something that is creating a perimeter, right? And everything within it is gonna get fucking burned away, okay? Basically, we are burning out like all of these old frequencies, all of these things, right? And that's pretty much like what is going on, right? So this new moon, really, like new moons are always about creating new intentions, right? And setting something forward, setting something in motion, right? Like full moons are more about a completion or a culmination, and new moons are more about like setting an intention and you know, kind of moving forward from that, right? And so I had to take a break, like I had to take a pause, not a break. I had to take a pause with my my feelings or my attitude on this, right? Because I sent all of my clothes, except for this and like a night dress, which I can't get very far, right? Because I don't have any jones. So I had to sit back and be like, okay, what am I supposed to be learning from all of this, right? What is coming through, what has been coming through from spirit, universe, spirit guides, stuff like this, right? Is basically like we are needing to learn to work with like what we have, right? We're learning to tap into the resources that we already have and kind of like work with this, right? Work with the people and the things and what is coming from where we are, from what we have right here, right in front of us. And so this has been like an ongoing theme, right? Like maybe some people are transitioning into new things, right? We're also releasing a lot of old things, right? So with these new intentions and this new moon, it's really about new things coming into play. So we are letting go of old things. So we're letting go of old belief systems. We're letting go of old structuring. We're letting go of the way that we've done stuff. You know, like that's why you're seeing, as I predicted last year, this kind of fall of the patriarchy, right? Like the people kind of rising up like everywhere against the patriarchy, the system, and what's in play, like what we have let be okay for a long time. Now people are finally going to speak up on it, and only when we come together to speak up on things is anything actually going to happen or manifest towards the outcome, the desired outcome that we're hoping for, right? So with this new moon and everything shifting into Cancer, okay, happy birthday to my Cancerians. So many lovely Cancers in my life, some of my favorites. So what's happening with this, right, is Cancer is a very nurturing, very sensitive, very delicate sign. And so even though it does rule per se like the the father aspect in the family, it's actually more like a mothering energy. So basically, Cancer wants to be held. Cancer wants to make sure their home is right and it's inviting, and people are all there and everybody's joining to have dinner together and doing all these things, right? That's what Cancer does, right? And all these planets are retrograding in Capricorn, right? So they're like, what we're doing is we're being, Capricorn's really like, everything has to look a certain way, right? Like Cancers don't necessarily like care what it looks like, okay? They're a water sign, they are the cups. They feel it emotionally. If it feels good, do it, you know, like, yeah, that's what, okay? Capricorns are very earth, very grounded energy, so it's gotta be visually and aesthetically like pleasing to the eye, or very very clean lines, very like. So right now you guys are probably being like, okay, where am I living? Am I changing things up at where I'm living? Am I looking to maybe like go to a new place? Am I looking at maybe changing the place that I live, the person that I live with? Am I changing how I am treated or how I treat others in relationships? Am I phasing on out of this old relationship that's no longer serving me into a new relationship? Am I phasing out of this being alone into being with somebody? Or am I phasing out of needing a codependency and being able to be comfortable with self, right? There's a lot of diving back, deep diving, like, and a lot of it is based on destructing old patterns or old ways or thoughts. So a lot of you might see like a lot of things that have seemed to have been working for a long time, for a lot of years, are actually now coming to a very rather abrupt end. And you're like, whoa, like I thought I knew you. And then all of a sudden you're like, who are you? Like, who is this person? I'm not sure. Okay. All right. So something to remember for new moons versus full moons, guys, is when a full moon comes out. A full moon is all about illuminating. It's bringing light to things that we've been keeping in the dark, right? It's bringing light. A new moon is a dark moon, a black moon, right? So a new moon is essentially going through its phase, but it's like still being really secretive. So the energies that have been coming through a lot to me lately is that there is, I'm sure a lot of you are feeling the energy of some shit is about to unfold, right? People that you thought you could trust, people that you thought might be your friends or your partners or something like this, you're gonna find out some fucking shit that is not gonna make you feel so hot. And it's not necessarily that you're gonna sit and stew in that. I really hope you don't, because the point is with this ring of fire is to just be like, wow, okay, I see it, I'm fucking awake, right? 2020, right? This is about clear vision. So, right, we're clearing up all of the foggy things that we've had a past vision or perspective on, all right? So, it's gonna come to the forefront. And I would suggest to all of you, my lovelies, not freaking out when you find out the truth. When you find out the truth of, you know, either your partner or somebody in your family, or maybe your boss, somebody you work with, like when you find out these people, and this isn't for everybody, okay? Messages are for whoever they're for whoever's tuning in. Somebody needs this message, and they are putting out enough energy that is creating enough resonance that I am being given this information to pass along, okay? So if it resonates with you, then it's for you. If it doesn't, then don't take it, okay? Just know if there is something that resonates in the reading with you, then that is for you, okay? So anyways, yeah, a lot of people are going to be in for some fucking awakenings, okay? And we are waking up as a collective. We are awakening as a species, as human species, right? And we are seeing through, we're seeing through the shit, okay? We're seeing through the bullshit. We're seeing through the lies. We're seeing through the deceit, okay? There's basically two types of people. Okay, not two types of people. That's the wrong thing to say, okay? There's two main categories of people that's going on right now, right? So on one side, we have the people that are super enlightened and super awake, and they're really in tune, right? They're super in tune with what's going on, right? And then we have this other group. Maybe they're enlightened, they're a little bit awakened, you know, like maybe they think they're this group, but really they're making choices that are led or dictated by ego still, which is being stuck or bound kind of still to the 3D realms or reality, right? There's energy, right? There's energy around everything, around us, plants, anything that's living or alive. There's another energy or frequency, right? Energy bodies that are existing around us, okay? So most of us are kind of beyond this 3D world. We're already in 4th dimension, and we're trying to level up to 5th dimension. Some of us are already there. Some of us do a lot of meditation, do a lot of tuning in, are listening to the universe, our spirit guides, and are receiving the promptings and guidance. Some of us are still acting very strongly out of ego, out of an egotistical space, which is not a good look, guys, not a good look. So if you are hiding something, if you're avoiding coming to the truth or saying how you feel to somebody because you don't know what the outcome is going to be, then you are part of your own problem, okay? Now is time for people to fucking come clean to other people about how you feel about them, okay? Whether you don't like them or whether you love them and you want to be with them, okay? Come clean to like things that you haven't been truthful about, or come clean that you're ready for like all of these old things or old patterns to just kind of fucking fall away, all right? Be ready to be ready and just fucking do it. Be honest. I mean, I've had to actually find myself removing myself from a lot of people who I thought were on this higher vibration, that were on another level, and instead, you know, it's like lower vibration, a lot of drinking, gathering together and making it known but not really known. Like it's just like weird, you know. It's just this other vibe or this energy where you know what people are fucking up to, but like, do you want to call them out on it, or do you want to just rinse it out of your reality? Because if it's not how you want to be treated, if you're not being respected or appreciated, if you're not being in your being and being loved and accepted for that, then you're not being or positioning yourself in the right place, okay? So I've spent personally, not even gonna lie, I have been personally spending a lot of time by self, doing a lot of meditation, doing a lot of resting, doing a lot of creative work, really connecting with different people, making sure I'm keeping up other relationships that are important to me, family members and different things. And this is where I've been, okay? This is the realm I've been in, you know? And Gemini energy is certainly hard to decide what the fuck you want to do. It's not a good time to make big decisions, okay? Let me just say, now is not a time to buy things, to buy electronical things, to make business plans, to invest in things, okay? I would really wait for Mercury to be out of retrograde before you make any big moves, unless they're already in the process like months ago and it's just time to follow through with them, then okay. But otherwise, I would highly suggest go within, okay? Be without and go within, okay? Don't be spending your time, money, energy on things that are not necessity. And that's what we're doing right now. We're breaking down what is necessity and how we want our life to be playing out. So we have to put it out there to the universe. What do we fucking want? Always. I'm always telling you guys this. I always feel like it's the same damn story. I apologize. I always feel like it's the same story, you know? It's like, what do you want? Like, yeah, if you don't place an order, it can't be received. It can't be made. I even have to, actually have to do it today myself. New moon intentions. What do I want? What are the type of people that I want? Who are the people and the things that I'm drawing in? And I'm not saying that everybody that I have in my surrounding is bad. I have a lot of amazing people in my surroundings, but we are going to see some different types of friendships or relationships kind of falling to the wayside as we are evolving, because we're putting a call out to our fellow soul family, okay? So before we came here, we came from the same star, the same thing, and we've been here maybe in this lifetime together as soul families in different characters several times. So we're here to kind of reconnect and build this bigger thing, whatever it is, you know? In my last reading, I was talking about the television, right? Let us tell this vision of how we really want the world to look like. That way we can draw in these people. The more that I do this, the more I'm drawing in more people and situations similar to my vibration. It's not a lower or a higher vibration. It's just different resonation, okay? So now that I've ranted, I guess this information had to get out, okay? New moon, new times, new changes, new everything, okay? Summer solstice, what happens in the summer solstice? The heat, the warmth, okay? The light is coming in, right? We are doing this ring of fire. So what are we burning away? What is melting away? What are we needing to release? Oh my God. I love it. I brew my own kombucha, and I just put like a little splash of guava juice in it. So we will get to the cards. Like I said, I'm just here to pass on messages. You guys are going to start seeing a lot more videos and postings from me. This is, I have a whole listed out program of my new series I'm going to be releasing. And yeah, it's kind of what I've been super hyper focused on. That's one of my new moon intentions, is to really keep this information going, right? I'm here to spread knowledge and information. Whoever's tuning in, it's for. And it's none of my business who it's for. It's just my business to do what I'm asked and convey messages that I'm conveyed. Okay, one more for the overall energy. Interesting. Okay, so really interesting that this deck wanted to speak too. Normally I always do oracle cards first and then clarifications. So first card that comes through is luxury. The Four of Cups. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? Let us focus on what we want. Maybe not like where we are not at necessarily. Not like, not in a sense of lack, right? Not like, I wish I had this, or this person has this, and if I could have that, like, no, not that mentality, right? The Four of Cups is generally like somebody like wishing they could go somewhere else. Look at this new moon with the Cancer sign on the very bottom right here. See it? This is more like, to me, luxury, right? We are focusing now on like how we want to make our life, our relationships, our things more comfortable, and that's really what Cancer is about, right? Cancer is about like making everyone comfortable, feel at home, be kind of copacetic towards, you know, what do you need? You know, they're very nurturing, and they like things to be like nice for you, you know? Then we have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is really about feeling good. You know, what I'm hearing is feeling good. Okay, feeling good, feeling love, feeling held, feeling nurtured, right? So these are pretty much water signs, right? Cups are water. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. The stork here is very prominent. So what I'm seeing is pretty much something new, a new beginning, a new birthing of something, right? So whether this is you going to a new place, this might be, whether this is you going to a new place, it could be a place physically. It could also be a place like giving birth to this new love for self, this new putting these boundaries down of what you will and won't allow, and how people treat you. Okay, that's really what I'm hearing. And then we have the Devil. So Devil is the card of Capricorn. Okay. There's a few things that always come with the Devil, right? So the Devil is this energy of really having like, this is like having an addiction. This is like somebody else, something else that has been controlling or compelling you, right? Like this is like, normally it's like the lovers that are shackled, right? So to me, what this is about is kind of like, it's time to release yourself from that. It's time to release yourself from that energy specifically, okay? Whether it is, to me, the Devil's always temptation or addiction, right? So this could be codependency. This could also be something that has blocked you from having this new beginning with this person or this yourself, you know, like this loving space. Yeah, it's time to head to safer shores, for sure. It is time, okay? So the Devil, which is card 15, which would make a 6, and then we have the 6 of Swords. Okay, that hopped out is this clarification. It's time to move on from whatever that is. It's time to, you know, whether it is addictive personalities, whether it's drinking, whether it's drugs, rock and roll, whatever your addiction is. I'm just kidding. Codependency, you know, sex, porn, maybe it's eating, you know, whatever it is. Maybe it's media, social media and things like that. That's what I'm hearing, media. So whatever it is that you're finding yourself bound to, that is taking your time, like this is what is, it's time to move on from that, okay? It's time to move on from that. Maybe these addictions came from lack of this feeling loved, lack of feeling this safety or this place, you know, always thinking of trying to be somewhere else. And I don't mean physically, I don't mean like actually going somewhere else, like trying to be somewhere else, like disassociating, like trying to be a little bit out of body, out of touch with your circumstances, right? It's time to move on from that way of handling things. You know, time to put on your big kid pants and really just figure out what comes next. What do you want to come next? Where do you want to go next? Who do you want to be, right? Now is a great time to look back at everything and kind of reprogram. Can you give me clarification for 4 of Cups? Yeah, it's time to take action. If you want to be somewhere else, then you're gonna have to get there, right? The King of Swords on top of the 4 of Cups. So the King of Swords is all about taking action. Swords are all about, words are action, right? Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Put it out there, okay? Maybe you just need to make up with somebody. Maybe you need to reconcile with somebody. And then after you say it, you need to give it a fucking rest. The 4 of Swords. Or maybe you need to take the action. You need to take the action towards healing, okay? The 4 of Swords is all about resting, healing, going within, doing kind of like a little bit of the, letting your body and your soul kind of like connect, right? Taking this break from this temptation, this addiction, this soul energy, right? You're moving away from this. You're going away. The 6 of Swords is all about heading to a new land, to a new place, like to a new perspective. And you know, like I don't know, like I've been doing it this way for so long, but I'm not really sure if it's working out for me. You know, it's okay. It's okay. Not everything always has to work out, okay? Relinquish that a little bit, especially my Scorpios. I know how. And a clarification for the Queen of Cups. So whoever needs to hear this, obviously needs to hear this, right? So Queen of Cups is all about finding your love, your peace. You're really like gaining this emotional contentment, right? Seeing things, seeing what you want. We have the 8 of Pentacles. To me, I'm hearing 2 things. Love is infinite, right? 8 is like an infinite number. Love is infinite, and also it takes work. It takes work to learn to love ourselves. It takes work to be able to have the space, once we love ourselves properly, to love others properly, right? So be gentle. Be very gentle on yourself. Like I said, Cancer is a very sensitive sign. So go ahead and be gentle, be forgiving, be willing to hear people, hear things, be very open. Be very open to that. Be very open to people apologizing. Be very open to people wanting to make up or have, what do you call it? Closure, right? If somebody comes back to you, right? If a past ex or lover or somebody comes back to you, hear them out, hold space. You were with this person at some point in time for a reason. Acknowledge what it was and what you got from that. If you do not acknowledge that and learn something from it, then you're not progressing, you're not moving forward. So you really need to take a moment to step back and really see what the lesson is. See what the lesson is. There's a lesson. Every lesson is a blessing, okay? So there's a lesson and a blessing in everything. And if we just look at the negative portion of it, like, oh, this person was so messy, or oh, you know, this person was so not present with me, or oh, this person really treated me like shit. Like, I was always there for this person wasn't there for me when I needed them, you know, like, or this person was extremely narcissistic. And wow, you know, forgive yourself and move forward from that. But acknowledge what it is we're learning from the relationships on any level, any type of relationship, and acknowledge what it is that the universe is trying to remind you about. And acknowledge how you want to start fresh or change the path from that. Oh, this really wants to come out. Okay. The Chariot. It's time to move forward. Okay? It's time to get in alignment and move forward. Okay? Card of Cancer. So, this is really about being in alignment. Doing the work, moving forward. Okay? Making the decision. King of Swords. Making the decision and taking action towards what you want. Okay? Give it a rest. Like, oh, I wish I was here, or I wish I was doing this, or I wish I was doing that. Okay, give that a rest. That's what I'm getting from this. Give that a rest. It's time to move forward. It's time to move forward. It's time to do your work, because now is a great time. Remember I was telling you before, you want to do this inner work before we get to this time, and it's going to be very intense and emotional. Well, guys, if you didn't do your work, you're going to be feeling a lot of shit. Okay, I'm feeling a lot of energy from the collective, and I'm kind of just staying away from a lot of people because I already know the energy and what's flowing around, right? So I'm definitely been in avoidance of a lot of people where I know that they're not divulging the truth or being honest with me. Whether it's to protect me or to protect themselves, I'm not sure. And it doesn't really matter. What I know is it's time to move forward from situations like this. And I've been doing the work, and that's where I'm at. Okay? So it's time. It's time to get to this new place, this new place of leveling up, this new place of enlightenment, and just seeing what comes from that. Thank you, universe. Any more messages? Any more messages for the solar eclipse, for the collective? Is that it? Oh. Okay. Interesting. I've never done it this way, but I just go with what I'm told. I just go with what I'm told, not with what I say all the time. So the first card that comes up is protection. Protection would be an 11, okay? So this is a card of duality, okay? This is a 2 or 1-1, okay? So this is about forward movement. This is about finding the duality, about it being protection, right? When we stand up for what is right for ourselves, when we make this new beginning and we set out on this new path, we are protected, okay? We have our spirit guides. What's really important right now, guys, if you are tuned into this, you're probably more awakened on a level. So what's important right now is our spirit guides, our oversouls, our angels, our ancestors, all this, they're here, they're protecting us. They are here rooting for us. So anytime you are having any trouble, okay, meditate or ask your guides. And I don't mean like, oh, you know, it's like, I'm calling out to my spirit guides and I would like some guidance, or I need some assistance, or can I get some clarity, or I need an answer about this, or is this situation or this person, like, I need help. And they are here, willing and ready to help us all the time, right? They always are giving messages. And it's not just to me, it's not just the people that are channeling messages, right? They're always bringing messages. They're always bringing messages. It's like, are we paying attention or not, is the real gist of it, right? Power or strength, 24, 6. So we can receive this power or this strength that is needed, okay, from this higher realm if we are really tapping into it, if we're asking, right? Are we taking the power within, right? Are we, this is on top of the Chariot too, and on top of the 8 of Pentacles. Are we doing the work, okay? They're giving us the power and the strength to move forward for this new start, to be receiving this strength and this power that we need to do what we have to do. What are we here to do, okay? What are you really here to do, okay? Then we have the King. Man, authority, male sexual energy, things pertaining to the law and justice. 3. So this is really about, we are finding out the truth, okay? 3 is always about like a third party. We're finding out the truth. We're finding out the secrets. We're finding out what is and isn't justifiable in our world, in our lives, in our relationships, okay? That's really what I'm getting from this. Really like things pertaining to the law and justice. That's really what I'm getting from this. So we are either, as men, we're standing up and moving forward, or as people, we are standing up and moving forward. We're finding the law, we're creating the justice, and it's really important. We need to do that not just in the patriarchy, but also in our own lives and our own structures. Let's really, now is the time to super focus on self. On self, okay? It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing, okay? How do we have a revolution? How do we rise and become more aware? How do we do it? By fucking doing our own work. By doing our own work, by dealing with our own emotional shit, our own emotional baggage, and moving forward with that. That's what we've been giving the power for, to fucking change this right now. That's why there's such a huge movement. That's why all of this is happening. But we need to be in tune with ourselves. With ourselves. Sit with source. It's time. Birth and rebirth. 50. It's time for change. It's time for us to wake the fuck up and birth this new thing that we want. What is this new thing that we want? What is this new business, this new friendship, this new partnership, this new world, this new utopia, this new community? What does this look like? Okay? Yes, this is birth and rebirth, not death and rebirth. Birth and rebirth. Birth is all about, it's like the Empress energy, right? It's all about birthing this new idea, constructing this new idea, conceptualizing something new, a new way of doing something, okay? Birth. And then what are we doing? We're taking this idea that we're coming up with and we're rebirthing it so it actually comes out and is playing out in the world, right? Birthing and rebirthing. What are your concepts? What is your idea and your ideal vision of the future, of this place that we want to create, this utopia, you know? Mine's really amazing. A lot of sustainable energy, a lot of people being conscious about their consumption and things that, making sure they're not buying things that come in fucking plastic, you know? Basic things. But they're actually on a very larger scale. And the only way we make them happen and start to implement them is not by thinking, oh, what does one person do? One person's not going to save the ocean by having their own straw. Yeah, motherfucker. One person influences maybe 20 people see this person and they influence 2 of those people. Then those 2 people go out of 20 people or 10 people, they influence 1 or 2 people. It does spread, okay? We are teaching, leading by example. What is the example you want to set? Imagine, we're all like children, right? We've just learned to like look out for each other, take care of each other, right? Like wear our masks, wash our hands, right? Be considerate of each other, okay? Now we're learning, again, not how to treat each other, but like who's going to be on the team? What kind of castle are we building? So let's figure out who our soul families are. Let's call these people in. Let's bring it together. Let's not blow up when some stuff comes in, when we're confronted with certain addictions or people, third parties, things like this. Let's not be outlandish when this happens. Let's take it in. Let's sit with it. Let's feel it. Let's consciously digest it. Chew it properly in order to digest, okay? Take a bite, do some research, figure out what is resonating and move forward, okay? Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like these are the messages that want to come through. Thank you for listening. If you agree, give me a thumbs up. Let me see some love, guys. If you think somebody else needs to hear this information, share it. Comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys want to hear about. I would love to tap in. I want to start doing, after this new moon, start doing live like Q&As, right? So if some people really have like some questions that want to be answered, I'd love to start facilitating that with the cards, like on a live feed. When is the optimal time? Because we're all in different time zones. Leave me the information. Send me a message. Send me some love. Show me some love. I love you all. Infinite blessings of the night. And as always, we're all in this together. All right? I appreciate each and every one of you. And as usual, if somebody needs to know something, if somebody needs specific information, I am available. Send me an email or leave me a message for private or personal readings or channelings, okay? We can tap into some other things. Ciao.